Hi there. This is Elke over at Fossil Creek Nursery. I'm the local retail manager, and we're going to talk about hanging baskets today. How to take care of them, how to keep them pretty. So I got this big guy here. It's a ginormous petunia and a couple of other things in their hanging baskets. And so when you buy them fresh, they're absolutely awesome. But what can happen over time, these petunias here, they start dangling, they're losing flowers in the back, they grow more in the front here. But over time, you just have these long branches, and then they start looking, set that guy back down, they start looking a little bit ratty. So what you can do with them is go in there and cut them back a little bit. That will encourage no branching on the plants. And the new branching then, again, makes them look fuller rather than have these long dangly arms out here that have nothing on there except some flowers at the very tip. So go in there, cut them back a little bit, and that will help help make them bushier once they get too long over the summer. The other part is that these hanging baskets, the flowers in there, they're expending a lot of energy on producing new flowers day after day after day. So the big thing is, like, none of us can run a marathon without sufficient fuel input, and fuel for plants is fertilizer. And let me grab a couple of bags real quick. You have a couple of options with the fertilizers. There is the slow release stuff. It's also known as Osmocote. This one is called Garden Coat. And so this is slow release. These are little granules, little yellow balls that you can put into the hanging basket. Follow the instructions on the back. They say how much to put in there. And they will, every time the hanging basket gets watered, they will release some nutrients. What's important about fertilizers are these three numbers that are on the package here, right there. So this is a 12-12-12, which means there 12% of this bag is nitrogen, 12% of this bag is phosphorus, and another 12% of this bag is potassium. So that's very even across. It's a good all-around solution for either houseplants or annuals. And let me step back one thing. So this is an all-around fertilizer. You can use this for most anything. The first number here, the nitrogen number, that means new leaf growth. Nitrogen is what you throw on your lawn in the spring to make it green up. So that promotes, again, new stem growth, new leaf growth. Now, with these flowering baskets, what we mostly want is the flowers, which the second number, phosphorus, phosphorus promotes flowers and also roots. So this fertilizer promotes both. Potassium, the last number, is just a general nutrient that all plants need, more or less for everything. So again, this is an all-around fertilizer. You can use this in your houseplants. You can use this in your annual pots or hanging baskets. The big thing about this is the little yellow balls will still lay around in your pot when the fertilizer is depleted. So every few weeks you need to replenish that, but you don't need to go in there every time you water or once a week to add the fertilizer to them, because this stuff will slowly release. The other option is, so this guy is again an all-purpose plant food with an even number across. So this is a higher concentration. So 20% of this bag is nitrogen, another 20 is phosphorus, and another 20 is potassium. Again, same all-around fertilizer, a little bit more concentrated than the previous one. But this water-soluble part here means that you add it to your watering can, and it will then, usually it turns it blue, sometimes more of a greenish color. But these water-soluble fertilizer you put into your watering can and use that to water your plants with. Again, all around, you can use it on houseplants, annuals, and whatnot. And then finally, this guy here is kind of a kick in the butt to more flowers. This is a fertilizer. As you can see, the numbers are not balanced. We're looking at 9 for nitrogen, which again promotes the leaf growth. And then we're looking at 58, a whooping 58 for phosphorus. So this is literally a kick in the butt for your plants to produce more flowers. So if you find that in spite of the fertilizing you've been doing, that your hanging baskets are just not producing flowers anymore, give them a kick in the butt with this. This again is the word soluble. Where is it? Right there. Soluble means that you add it to your watering can. And as usual, there's instructions on the back telling you how much to put in with your watering. And then speaking of watering, one of these days the world will get warm out there. And if you have a fairly small basket with this much flowers in it, you may have to go out there if they're in full sun and water them twice a day. Because these guys go, just like you sweat a lot on a hot day, so do your hanging baskets. So make sure that you provide them with enough water, and so that they can make it through the day fine. If they wilt a little bit, that usually isn't a big issue. Just go out there with your watering can and give them a little bit of a drink. And then the final thing is pick the right plants for the right place. So if your plants are struggling, especially again once the world gets hot, it might be that they're getting too much sun. These petunias here, turn you just a hair so you can see them again. Right here, the petunias, they will be able to tolerate full sun, but we have some really pretty hanging baskets with lobelias in there. They're little blue flowers that are just one cloud of blue. They want more of a partial sun environment, and sometimes in these hanging baskets or planters, people have mixed them with sun plants, so I would lean more towards morning sun rather than the full hot afternoon sun for those. And then there's the shade plants like fuchsias, kind of bell-shaped things that hang down and are super pretty, begonias. Those have very limited tolerance towards a full sun environment. And so yeah, again, make sure that you have your plants in a location that is appropriate for the plants that they are. And, you know, hanging underneath a hot metal roof does make a difference versus a cooler environment that is on the north side. So even if it's shady, the heat reflecting back from something like a metal roof can make a huge difference. And that's sort of the basics on taking care of hanging baskets. Are there any questions from anybody? Let's see. Nope, no questions. Well, thanks for showing up, everybody, and have a lovely day. Bye.